pressure. No one cares.
Just
right.
love,
Yeah, exactly.
And
but
you
no.
see it in 6 and say 9 or
Yeah,
vice versa.
I can see why. Yeah.
From CNN News Briefing at 5:45 a.m. today.
This morning, he was known for modernising the country, making Emirates like Abu Dhabi and Dubai international powerhouses. Sheikh Khalifa's role was largely ceremonial after he suffered a stroke in 2014. His brother and Abu Dhabi's crown prince has been widely
So of course my camera died because I don't charge it, and as you can see I'm on the toilet. We're at orientation. I'll try to get like a little b-roll of the headquarters. It's so cute. And crazy enough, there's somebody else from home in my class. She moved here 4 years ago. What's the irony of that? That is so nuts. I'll try to get a little bit of b-roll. We're in the middle of sexual harassment training. Ooh. Wow, makeup wipes. So cute. Crazy, the lady just asked me like how it was, and I was like, it was fine, which is very true. Like, I wasn't, orientations can be so long and drawn out, but I was good. I have some things to go over. Oh my god, really quick. So like our orientation, so we were just going over like a bunch of stuff, the legalities and all that good stuff. So then we got to like it's what's called AQI, and it's basically like the air pollution or whatever. And I had never, when I first got here, I had asked my friend, I was like, what does this mean? What is this all about? And she didn't really have any idea either, but she was just explaining, like, which is the same thing they were explaining. The quality of air here is just so bad because of all the fires. And so I'm like, okay, so what are y'all doing about that? Like they're saying it like, it's like, it snows, which is what it does back home. Like, I'm used to snow. I don't know nothing about no poor air quality or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, so is there prevention measures? What do you do? Like, do people have health issues? And I guess, like, they were saying some days, like, the sky is literally red from just, and they're just like, as long as you take care of yourself, drink water. And one guy was like, don't go running on a red day. And I'm like, okay, noted. Like, and so they were just basically saying, like, you can refuse to go outside. And I'm just like, but what do y'all do? Like, doesn't that cause long-term health issues? Why is everybody just acting like, I guess it is their normal child? I was very confused. And there's something like a smog test, or it's very smoggy. I did a smog test on my car. I'm like, listen, I don't know what none of this is. The most that we got in our air is snow. That's it. I'm want to go get me some Wingstop. So let's see what we can do about that. I've been editing and I am so boring. Okay, let's start there. So I need to catch you guys up because it's gonna lead to me becoming unboring. But we're gonna do that on a chit chat while I go there. So I'm so freaking boring. I'm literally either in the car or in the house or Target. Stop. So update. I got the job. I have orientation on Friday. And so now we're going to be doing the traditional work and then the non-traditional work. And then we're also going to be, I think this was a part of one of the clips that got lost, which I'm pissed about, but whatever, on my computer. But I want to then start selling sunglasses. Like, my goal in life, I hate trucks. My goal in life is to literally just have all the money. Like, all the money. And this is my whole point of getting a part-time job. Because I don't even think we discussed this on DoorDash. I made $1,700 in a month. Granted, you know, it's like, that's decent money, but you have to factor in gas and gas for right now. But you know, if something happens to your car or anything like that, like, you have to factor all that in. I end up having food poisoning. You know what's so interesting to me? That when there's road work, the GPS knows. That is so crazy to me, because what system do these people use where just like all over the world they just know it's road work somewhere, and it'll literally it reroutes your whole. That's just so weird to me. But you know, we still have homeless people. How does that, where's the logic behind that? Because I know that technology is not cheap. So did I say what I ended up, oh my gosh, I ended up, oh my gosh, okay, we're pulling into Starbucks. I end up getting food poisoning. Ooh, they popping. I have food poisoning. And so so the thing about it is I knew I wasn't dying, you know, like, I didn't have that feeling, but I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was like, you know, I thought it was COVID, I thought it was meningitis, I thought it was a toothache, blah 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 blah. It wasn't until my mom mentioned it that I was like, oh, well, it wasn't until my mom mentioned it, and then I put 2 and 2 together. I got a care package from my cousin, and I asked her to send me these donuts from back home. It's hard to explain, but they're packaged donuts. And it still didn't dawn on me. First of all, I had like 3 of them joints in 2 days. Okay, so then once I got over like the sickness after like the 3rd day, I was gonna go and eat it because I hadn't eaten in like 2 days, and the donut had mold on it. And so then with my mom saying you probably had food poisoning and then the mold, I was like, oh shoot, because it took 7 days for my package to get there. So those donuts they probably were already old coming from the store, because that's just how they do. And then they were probably sitting in like heat for 7 days. And then in my room, because I had them in my room for some reason, I hadn't even gotten to that point of getting them out. That's how like the sickness just like took over me. And then having them in my room, and I had the heat on blast and the fan on blast. Man, when I tell you, that's my second time having food poisoning in my life, and it's literally no joke. It is no joke. Dizziness, fatigue. I couldn't stand. I couldn't sit. I couldn't stay awake. Aches and pains, headaches, fevers, chills. I was hot and I was cold all at the same time. It was crazy. But anyway, so that's my update with that. My update with my blog. Oh, okay. So I'm super boring. Like, I'm so, like, I think I'm funny. Because I am. But I was like, damn, I'm just like either in the house or, but like, that's just my life. Like, I'm either working, dashing, or making content. You guys see a lot of that. Or at Starbucks or at Target. But now I have this job, so I'll have the job, so a little bit of content there, and I'll try to, you know, remember you guys. But point being, we can maybe start traveling a little bit, you know. I'm in the prime creme de la creme of California, so I can go north, south, what's east, west? I'm not even sure. It's really north and south of California. I really want to go to Oakland. Like, that is a big goal of mine. I want to go to Oakland. I want to go, I found this place that does coffee flights. I want to go and do that. I'm just in a very good position in my living situation where I could get some content. So bear with me, because I'm so boring. Oh my god. Just like that, I'm about to go. I don't even know what sandwich I want. I'm gonna get a sandwich, get an iced coffee, do my makeup, film that content. I have to film a wig video, that content, and I'm probably take some pictures today, that content. So that's like my days. I mean, and that's gonna be my days too. Like, do I want a double?
Hi, what can I get started for you?
Hi, good morning. Can I do, oh boy. Can I do the double smoked bacon, cheddar, and egg sandwich?
Okay.
May I have a grande cold brew?
Anything in that cold brew?
Can I get 2 pumps of classic, 2 pumps of vanilla?
Okay.
And let's do a splash of half and half in that, please.
You got it.
And then I'm going to get the banana, walnut, and pecan loaf.
Do you want that warmed up?
No, that's fine. No.
Not warm?
No.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, that's all.
$13.35.
Thank you. So I was truly dreading making, I knew that I had to make thumbnails for my videos because I do have a theory that they do better, like your videos do better when you have them. Okay, so hold on, let me explain. So as you can see, for a while, on my computer, it's very hard to make it, just because I think like the program, it's just slow and you gotta screenshot it and all that good stuff. So for a minute I was doing okay. Especially on my wig videos, I was doing okay, and I would just use the photos. But then once life started lifing, I always say I want to make them, but every time I upload YouTube violates so hard with the thumbnails, because what you had to, like, out of the 7-minute video, that's what you got. That everything I was doing, that's what you, yeah. So, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it. Whatever. It is what it is. But then, you know, we're back to the wig videos, and I'm like, all right, I think they do a little bit better when there's some type of reference there. And so I just posted this short too. Like, wow. And it's not even like,
all right, so, you know, if you're that girl, I am giving Tokyo Tony. So if you're that girl, I mean, you certainly can. If you don't mind.
oh, I got 4 dislikes too. Fun. And I just posted that 30 minutes ago. Crazy. So I'm testing out shorts, and then I'm testing out my thumbnail. I have no idea who watched that in 7 minutes, but thanks. And yeah, so we added thumbnails to our other wig videos because they're so good, and they weren't doing what they needed to do. So
probably, but maybe it looks like the seed is just not. I don't know, Caroline. I don't know. Right now, I don't have the brain space to commit to it, so I have to get my energy back up, and then I'll be back in my fighting mode. Right now, I'm not in a fighting mode about anything to anyone.
why is your energy even low?
Because Caroline, every time I turn my head, somebody is doing something crazy, and I have to battle daily. That's why, Caroline, that's the trick of the enemy, that if he can keep me fighting and that, because really, the things that come to me are just like crazy. Let me tell you, even Moses was disgusted. Right?
I hate, like, legitimately hate when anybody gets on camera crying. That is like my literal, I was gonna say influencer pet peeve, but just in general, I literally can't believe, like, people I cannot believe people, like, cut on the camera and just record themselves crying. Well, well, for one, it's very different because I'm not recording myself crying. I just literally cannot control my emotions. And it's too late now because I've already posted stories on my Instagram of me. I wasn't bawling, but I'm just, like, filled with emotions. First of all, I have my schedule for the rest of my training, which just starts on a Saturday, which I think is so interesting. But at least I have the rest of the week. Today I tried to do some, hold on, I have so many things. So anyways, like I was saying, I tried to do some makeup therapy today, just to, like, try to distract myself. I don't know if this was ever abundantly clear, but I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York, and by the time this is released, you already know. And what I was trying to explain, first of all, there are so many, everything just happens so quickly. you don't even have time to like, figure it out. And, you know, it quickly went from my family like, oh, it's an active shooter at Tops. And then in a blink of an eye, it was a mass shooting. Unless this happens in your area or where you grew up at, or where your family resides, it's just hard to explain. I can't put it into words. And you won't be able to understand because, I mean, okay, hopefully it's not a hard concept, but imagine the one place or two places you frequent once a month. Then imagine the places you frequent maybe every 2 weeks. Then imagine the places you frequent almost every day. Whether that's work, whether that's Target, whether it's Starbucks, whether it's the gym, whether it's just a particular street. If you frequent a particular street to get wherever you're going, to the city, to work, to a family member's house, just imagine the routine you already have. Imagine just being so, going into those places, just thoughtlessly. You don't have a thought because you do it all the time. Even when I moved out, where I lived, well, where it is, it's a common ground for three different people. The downtown people. Then there's the people on the east side, which is majority black people. And then there's a college literally right there. So you have all three of these demographics sharing this one location. However, it was the only grocery store in this impoverished area, and it had opened just early 2000. So before that, this area did not have their own grocery store. And the east side is a side that is mainly black. Racism within itself. But although those two other demographics were there, they didn't go. And they didn't go because that is the only black supermarket in that area. So you guessed it, no fresh fruits and veggies. Everything is withered. The trucks that deliver for the grocery store, it would be their last stop. So they would get all the bad fruits and vegetables and produce and things like that. They only have frozen food. If you're getting something fresh, you're getting fried chicken. And here's the thing. To a certain extent, because my mom actually asked this a while ago when, you know, she had went there. I mean, it's a place that we go, but she had went there one time. She asked them, where's all the fresh stuff? Where, you know, why doesn't this location match the other locations? Oh, based off of the demographic, all they eat is frozen food. Which is simply not true, because clearly my mom was there for not frozen food. However, instead of offering different options or, you know, trying to make it healthier, no, you get the freshest thing you're gonna get is the fried chicken that's made there. Everything else is frozen, and, you know, just your normal, you know, just normal, everything else is normal. And like I said, the produce is nothing to write home about. So, I say all that to say, people from downtown, people at the college, they're not going to that one. They're not going there. But the people who have been in that area for 20, 30 years, the people who feel comfortable over there, the people who just have that sense of community, because they can either walk there, they don't have to pay an Uber, they don't have to get on a bus. They go there. They frequent there. Family members were about to go there. Family members and friends frequent there almost Monday through Friday. Even when I moved, because I had moved to the downtown area, in order for me to get to my mom's house, I had to pass that one. I popped in there plenty of times. Hated it. But I've popped in there all of my life. Like well, since it opened, since, you know, early 2000. Friends, family had just left. So if you're having a hard time, which I would hope not, but it seems as though a lot of the colorless people just refuse to get it. So if you happen to stumble upon this and you don't have melanin, think about you going to get your favorite wine at your favorite spot, or going to your favorite gun range, or going to your favorite grocery store. Minding that's the part that's like very hard for me to understand, because when you are black, you are taught, mind your business. Go here, get home. Don't talk to nobody, don't look at nobody, go home. Stay out of trouble, go home. Mind your business. That's what black people have always been taught. That's what black people do. If you notice, any white interaction, they are simply not minding their business. Because for whatever reason, they feel like they need to step in on something that has nothing to do with them. But if it's one thing black people are good at the million things that we are, is minding our black business. And the hard thing for me to understand is people minding their business and getting a bullet to the head with no chance of living or defending themselves or making it out. They were going to grab dinner. They were going to grab a birthday cake. They were going to grab something real quick. They just needed to pick up. So 2 of them were picking up dinner for their sick husband and brother. One of them worked there. Imagine waking up and again thoughtlessly going to work, something you do all the time, normally done. 2 of them actually worked there, I'm sorry, because one of them was a retired police officer who shot at him, but he was so geared up, it didn't even penetrate him. And he fired back. Imagine working all those years to protect the city, retire, and then on your spare time, the time you could be vacationing in Hawaii, in Jamaica, you've decided to return the favor on your community. So again, a white person not minding their business to the point that they have to drive 3 hours and 30 minutes to a city, not minding their business to the point where they had to write a 180-page manifesto, not minding their business to the point that I heard through the grapevine that he was there the day before, was chopping it up with the old black man. The man bought him a Gatorade. The creep, the racist, the white supremacist asked him if he was going to be there tomorrow, the day of his return. And y'all wanna exclaim mental health? And you know, a pastor here was on I believe CNN, or he went on some news station, and of course, you know, that's always the mental health, which I find ironic, because now that black people are saying I can't work, I can't focus, my mental health is affected, people are shocked. What? Why can't you work? There's white people not even saying anything. So the pastor was asked a question about mental health, and you know, he basically said, well, he had it all together to come here. He had it all. He had the store mapped out, color coded. Live streamed. Had times I should make it to this street, which family frequents. I should make it to this street at this time, and by this time I should be caught by the police. That's mental health to y'all? I just don't understand why we just are not calling it the way it is. And there's still white people trying to make it about them. So then that kind of adds to your, like, you know, confusion, because it was the same thing with George Floyd. You see a man, we all have eyes, the same set of eyes. We all see a man die on camera, but then you have half the people saying, well, and half the people, you know, rioting, because it's just not right. And it's so confusing, because it's almost like a form of gaslight. because they're still trying to make it about them. It's white people who have never, it's white people here, and this is not an exaggeration. There are people who live in Buffalo who have never, or I guess you can call it outskirts. They live on the outskirts. It's not technically Buffalo. Y'all know that song, Not Atlanta, Lackawanna, not Buffalo. So no, I'm sorry, Samantha. It couldn't have been you. Brittany, stop marking yourself safe. You've never been over here. You probably didn't even know there was a street called Jefferson. Stop. Just stop. But it's almost like they gave us the 2 days. It happened on Saturday. They didn't say anything Sunday. It was like Monday morning. They came out like roaches. It could have been all of us. Buffalo strong. Y'all don't like us. Stop pretending like y'all do. Y'all don't like us. And then by the time this comes out, this will have already happened, but the president is supposed to be coming tomorrow. It's just, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Stop the violence? This was unacceptable? We know that. And it's clearly already a racist town. So they already don't favor Biden as it is. So that's gonna open up a whole new other can of worms and commotion. Let's not forget the threats. Today's Monday, the threats that have been happening back to back to back to back. And let me tell you about white privilege. So yesterday, it was the day after, it happened on Saturday, yesterday was Sunday. Some idiot called up one of the pizza places there to complain about a pizza from the week before. Wasn't getting the answer that he wanted. I'm gonna come up there and do what they did to you, do what they did at Tops up there. Hung up, called another place, and did the same thing. Why? Because I can't even say they think they're untouchable. They are untouchable. They don't have any repercussions. They can wake up and do those things. They can wake up and yell white power and death to niggers and call up places and threaten to shoot 10 people, 10 innocent people, which might I add, majority of them were grandparents. Grandparents who were obviously healthy enough to be at the grocery store, walking around. One lady survived breast cancer. Most of them, the youngest one was 32. One lady's husband was in the hospital who she was visiting, has dementia, so probably can't even just like I was telling my Instagram, I'm having a really hard time because foolishly I'm still like, not Buffalo. No way. Buffalo's big, but it's small compared to the world. Not Buffalo. It's small compared to the city. Things just don't happen here. Things like that don't happen here. We're definitely a racist town. We definitely have to cuss some people out. We definitely experience racism, but a massacre? And then the added layer to that is Jefferson? Okay, maybe Lackawanna, maybe Fredonia, maybe a little disgruntled employee, but someone honed in on my side of town, which another added layer for me, it would happen the one time I decide to move across country, 2,000 miles away from my family, and my brother, who's a black male, who I just have this internal fear of something happening to him. So that's always my first question. Anything, where's Moses? I'm trying to trust God. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to distract myself. I'm trying to make sense of it all. But it's very hard. And I have these like stints of like, am I being too dramatic? Do I just need to get over it? But that's what they're still telling us about slavery. That's what they're still telling us about summer of 2020. Get over it. Move past it. And that's that numbing that black people have. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to cry. I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to yell. I'm going to scream. I'm going to be nervous. I'm going to be anxious.